There we go. Okay, audio's on. All right. I had no idea it was off. I thought I turned it on. No, sound is on. Sound is on. That's my bad. Sound is definitely on now. My mistake, everybody. My fucking mistake on that one. It's on there now. Yeah, you guys should see it. Um, okay, what I was saying is sorry for the late stream. I had to go take my girlfriend's mom to the airport. That ended up taking all night to get there and to get back. We had to run errands at Babies R Us, and we had to get the baby down, and I just got her down, so I finally have some time to get in on this. Yeah, I know. I didn't realize. Okay, I had hit mute on the microphone as well as OBS, so there's that. What's going on, Chelsea? How are you? So, but yeah, audio should be good now. Audio should be fine. Should definitely be fine. Thanks for curing your deafness to go on a tour with that. Well, really, Crom twos. It's a skill, man. It's a skill. Something that I believe that I'm quite gifted at in that regard. Talk about Black Panther. If I talk about Black Panther, I might do it tomorrow on the $3 Theater stream. So tonight we'll do the Monday Matt content for tomorrow because I didn't post anything for the last 2 days because I've just been super busy and everything else, which sucks. Yeah, Russell will be your schedule more scheduled later on. No one's coming to visit. I have no one coming to visit. I have no family coming into town. Tomorrow I officially become a stay-at-home dad by myself. My life will have an interesting schedule come then. So there's that. Yeah. I'm wearing a hat because I just didn't feel like putting any product in my hair today. I'm lazy. It's okay though. It's okay. So yeah, what are you guys up to? Having a good day? Having a good one? Following this news. I've been following the news today over the whole the releasing of the memo and all that jazz, and it's crazy. Alex, I know this weekend is the season finale, I think, of Star Trek Discovery. I haven't seen it since it came back. I need to. I haven't had time, man. Having a kid and then trying to have a small business and all that, it does not it's not easy. So, get hyped for State of the Union. Yeah, I know. I should do a drinking game for State of the Union. Just get freaking hammered. Suddenly, Slender Girl appears. No Slender Girl tonight. No Slender Girl for a while, actually. Probably not for a while. Madison's good. She's asleep in the other room. We have her in her crib finally. Again, she was having lots of trouble going down, but she's passed out. This weekend is the season finale of the NFL. Yeah. I gotta put out some good content. If you are a YouTuber, putting out a lot of content the weekend of the Super Bowl is a good idea because you will make a lot of money. So Toronto police ate an edible and climbed a tree and called for backup. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Will any Republican get in trouble for money laundering? I don't know. What's my favorite D&D feat? Christian R. I've never once played Dungeons and Dragons. I have never once played it. Someone's trying to ban pit bulls. What's the story behind it? Well, I haven't heard about the story to ban pit bulls. However, from a logic, like, no, I don't want to say from a logical perspective, but from a I can understand why somebody would try to ban pit bulls. If you ban pit bulls, you will end up, for the most part, like it's because pit bulls, while not violent dogs, but I think any they fuck a lot of people up, man. Pit bulls are not inherently mean, but they can get mean, and so like they have killed a lot of kids, they've hurt a lot of people. Pit bulls oftentimes are bred and raised in horrible conditions which add to those tendencies, but a lot of people don't like pit bulls as a result of that. So I didn't hear about the typo for the State of the Union tickets. The Yum Yum. Okay, I did get an update about that. I did get an update about that on my phone, but I was driving. I couldn't take a look at it. Do I think we're going to get a solo trailer during the Super Bowl? Yeah, I think so. I think they're going to release a trailer in the Super Bowl and then have it attached to Black Panther. Do you like Dags? Of course I like Dags. Yeah, Snatch is a good movie. What's my thoughts on pineapple on pizza? It's sacrilege. It's if you like pineapples on pizza, you are a horrible person destined for hell. Any advice for a 22-year-old kind of freaking out about life? Chill out, man. You got a lot of life ahead of you. Hitting a quarter life crisis essentially is kind of what you're doing. You're fine. Everything will be fine. Just smoke a joint, masturbate. You'll be fine. So, the guy made an ad for the Super Bowl. He was just trying to get on the Super Bowl. Who made an ad, Johnny? I don't know who that is. You're going through withdrawals 2 days in the videos. It's been busy, man. It's just been super busy. It's hard when family comes into town trying to work. Like, what I wanted to do the other night was I was going to do what I'm going to do tonight. But unfortunately, that didn't really work out very well. So there's, I just didn't do it because last night we had a good time talking. Did I do a video? Yeah, Chelsea, I did do a video on Jumanji 2 releasing the same day as episode 9. Well, no, that's what they want. That's probably not going to happen. So, you like pineapple on pizza, Isabel P? Look, I'm not saying you're going to go to hell for liking pineapple on pizza. I'm saying it's kind of like people who like pineapple on pizza generally end up going to hell. Like, there's probably going to be a deep, dark skeleton in your closet someday that's going to come back and absolutely haunt you. What's up, Zorstorm? How are you? Thank you very much for the compliment. If we ban dogs based off of breeds, that sets a dangerous precedent for genetic discrimination that treads a fine line if it ever crosses over to humans. What you're basically talking about, Lieutenant Dan, is eugenics. Essentially, you're talking about eugenics. Eugenics is a bad thing. I'm not saying ban pit bulls. I'm saying people out there are valid reasons to not like pit bulls. Canadian Ninja, I know Dewey. Do you know Dewey? I know Dewey. So, I'm pizza Nazi. Yeah, no. Although I was at a pizza joint the other night and got recognized. That was kind of cool. Guy's like, you have a YouTube channel? And I'm all like, yeah. He's like, are you Mundane Matt? And I'm all like, yeah. And he's all like, all right, cool. Like, that was it. Like, it was a lot more, it was a lot less engaging than I thought. So there's that. Can we get a spicy and something controversial? Anything on your mind? Can we get spicy and something? I don't, I don't know. I don't know, man. I think right now when it comes to a fair amount of my audience, if I sit there, and, criticize what's going on with Trump right now, because I'm pretty mad about that, to be honest with you. I don't care. Look, the thing is, I've actually somewhat defended Trump in the whole Mueller investigation. I flat out said, I don't think Trump is going to be the person who's going to be the fall guy for this in terms of like whoever might be busted, but like to let it happen. And if this whole thing goes down and they basically effectively try to get rid of Rosenstein to therefore get somebody in there to get rid of Mueller, dude, obstruction is going to be like the least Donald Trump has to worry about. Storm for $2 says go Patriots. Oh, Storm, if I could refund your money, I totally would. But it's your money to spend and I'll gladly take 70% of it. Do I watch Paul Joseph Watson? His latest videos are beyond absurd. You just answered your own question. No, I don't. I watch him sometimes. I can't say I've never watched a Paul Joseph Watson video. I have. He's over the top for effect, right? Like he's over the top for effect, and as a result of that, we find ourselves in a bit of an odd situation with him. So, what do you think of the woman that spit on the cop who was arrested, girlfriend not taking her feet off the subway? See, I didn't hear about that, Canadian Ninja. But why would you spit on a cop at all? I mean, it's just not a good idea. You're not going to have a good day if you spit on a cop. You're not even going to have a good day if you flip off a cop, even though you have a legal right to do so. 100% of the heroin addicts have drunk milk. Is there a connection between drinking milk and heroin? Someone get Alex Jones on the floor or on the phone. Starman, how do you know that 100% of heroin addicts have drunk milk? Would you consider a heroin addict who was raised on formula as a heroin addict who had in fact had milk? What if that heroin addict was lactose intolerant? I'm just saying. You don't know. What about Logan Paul's dad? That dude's a weirdo. Yeah, I've seen some of his videos. I didn't know that it was their dad. I thought it was like some guy whose last name was Paul. But no, it's what's the best way to describe Logan Paul's father? Ohio royalty, right? Like that's kind of how you look at, like that's how you view it. Fuck the Patriots. If I had a squirt gun filled with liquid hepatitis, I would squirt each member of the team in their faces. That's horrible, man. That's horrible. Have I streamed on Mixer or Twitch? I've streamed on Twitch before, and I thought about like doing some game streams over there and whatnot. I've actually thought about moving this over there, so I don't clog up my feed. So there's that. You're trying to, Jesus Christ, Mufasa Trump here says, "Hey Matt, I'm trying to regrow my foreskin. Could you please say some encouraging words for my fat lion dick?" Stem cells. Try stem cells. They could regrow your foreskin. However, the likelihood of you getting it back, very, very minimal. You could just take a turtleneck that is designed for a pet snake, and then measure it to the length of your dick while erect, add on an additional inch and a half, and then apply it, over your penis for when you want to simulate having foreskin. But I'm sorry, you will need to buy ribbed for her pleasure condoms if you want to simulate that for your partner or male lover, whatever you are into, sir. So what's going on, Toxoplasma? What are you doing here? You're hanging out with some crazy shit. What do I think about QAnon? Honestly, Elinars, I don't know what that is, man. I saw that mentioned last night. I still don't know what it is. So you've pulled all, okay, Strawman, you've pulled all heroin addicts. Yes. I imagine you as Samuel Jackson from Pulp Fiction pointing a gun at someone who says they like pineapple on pizza. Say it again. Say it again. Yeah. What's my opinion on on the players kneeling? So here's the deal with that. I have been critical of it only because I don't think they're protesting anything. I think it's like the lamest protest on the world, right? It's kind of like me saying, man, I'm totally going to like protest the war in Iraq by sitting during the national anthem. No one's gonna fuck care. Like, serious, that's it, man. That is how useful that protest is. Because for one, it's pointless because it's not their time. It's not their platform. They're athletes, absolutely. They have a large following, absolutely. They have tons of adoring fans, absolutely. But that moment in time, they are being paid to be there on behalf of somebody else, which means it's not their time. So it's not their time to make that kind of protest. I can't sit there at my job and be like, man, I'm totally protesting the rise in fucking concession stand prices by taking a knee during the busiest time of the night. My boss would fire my ass, But what I would do if it were me, I would sit there and say, hey, listen, do you want to go protest police brutality? Cool, me too. After the game, we're all going to meet in the parking lot. I've got like 3 Winnebagos and 2 campers. We're going to go down to the police station and we're going to protest. You got to take it to where the protest is. These players, oh, I took a knee. I'm a hero. No, you took a knee. You played a game. You went home. You had intercourse with your significant other or possible fleshlight or whatever, and then you went to bed. Your life literally did nothing that day outside of saving one knee by putting it on the ground and then playing a goddamn game. You did nothing. What you do after the fact is what really matters. And these guys generally don't do anything after the fact, so it's stupid. Any hopes for the XFL reboot? Yeah, I think so. Am I done with For the Win videos completely? Oh, have I? When the fuck's the last time I did a For the Win video? I don't even remember, man. Do I support an increase in immigration from East Asian nations? I do support the meritocracy angle that Trump's going for. So, athletes are to sports, what celebrities are to Halloween or Hollywood. I'm helping, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Mr. Mancreas. Yeah, straight up, dude. PCU. We're not gonna protest. We're not gonna protest. Yeah. We're not gonna protest. We're not gonna protest. Hey, we have we're not gonna protest signs. That's okay. We brought our own. I love PCU. That movie's great. Hold on. Okay, I thought I heard my daughter, but no. What's up with world class bullshitters? I don't know. Okay, for those of you guys who don't know, there's this channel called World Class Bullshitters. They've got like 16,000 subs and whatever, and they've been calling out a lot on Star Wars, The Last Jedi and whatnot. And they have a video that they want to do like this, like Revenge of the Shills or something, and they're trying to target people that are like pro Star Wars, The Last Jedi, like on YouTube or on Forbes or whatever. And they mentioned me by name in their last video, and I'm like, I've criticized the movie heavily. I literally have no idea what you're talking about, and it's just ridiculous. So it's why are you talking about me, man? Like, I didn't do anything. I believe you even mentioned one of the biggest names in rapping donated money to help clean up Compton. Yeah, that would be Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre has invested money back into Compton in order to clean it up. Well, I'm sorry. I keep thinking I hear my daughter. No, she's okay. She's passed out. You only take the knee for Stannis Baratheon, the one true king. You ever find that kind of weird? And this is a little Game of Thrones spoiler, but you ever notice how like we never saw him die? We saw a freaking Rincon get it, right? Or Rickon, whatever his name is. We saw Rickon get it. Like, not only trampled, like shot with multiple arrows, but like trampled by horses. And we don't see Stannis Baratheon die, which leads me to believe that he's still alive. Have you ever seen the Battle of Seattle? No, I haven't. I know what that is. The Last Jedi Facebook page is on something of an apology tour. That actually makes sense. Lieutenant Dan, you work near Compton. It's still very much a shithole city. Oh, no, it very much is a shithole city, but it's a lot better than it was in the 1980s and 1990s. The last for the win was 7 months ago on Square Enix. Makes sense. What's my opinion on the throw acid prank? I saw something about that yesterday. I was gonna maybe talk about it. It's ridiculous, is what it is. I hate prank channels, man. I really do. I think they're Robert Jones, my daughter, if she starts making noise, I'll go get her, but I put her down to go to sleep. So she's fine. She had like, her ounces. I changed her. She had her ounces of food. I bought her wider nipples tonight so she could eat a little bit better. So she's fine. So, oh, wait. Stannis is alive in the books? See, I gotta read the books, man. I haven't read the books, so. Yeah. Sean, I did see something about that. Let me see here. Okay. I'm looking through the articles I have. We're gonna ditch that one. We'll ditch that one. Okay. All right. I'm gonna pull up some other articles. We'll start working on that here. More or less, I'm gonna do kind of what I do for $3 Theater going forward with the channel. So I'm just trying to find this. How is this God? This one. Okay, hold on. We'll do like 5 or. I don't want to do like 5 or 6, but we'll do. Oh, there's another one that I wanted. Oops, shit. God damn. I don't care. Fucking mute your goddamn tab. I hate that. Like, I should just set all my tabs to mute. It'd be a lot better. Okay. I had the thing for the white people in yoga. No, that's right. Razor Fist had tweeted about that. That's where I was going to pull it from. Razor Fist, who I actually quite like. Okay. Well, he tweeted about it. There we go. People who practice yoga contribute to white supremacy. Oh, dear God. Yeah. Yes. Right? This, my friends, is in fact the world we freaking live in. Okay. All right. We'll jump into this shit here. It'll be fun. It will be crazy. I'm trying to find one last thing on here. And do I have that? I got one here I want to talk about. I will do this probably like on whatever, but it's 3 Pennsylvania teens are charged with purposefully exposing classmate to pineapple. It's, yeah, it's as dumb as you think. It is as dumb as you think. So, all right. Is Razor Fist related to Taser Face? No. No. Good night, Drake. Thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate it. 1776 will commence again. Yeah. Look, here's the thing about that. There's no Starbucks in 1776. I think it's okay. Your cat just walked in, looked at the computer, listening to you. I have 5 cats, man. I'm kind of a cat whisperer. I get that. I do understand. I do understand that. You guys may notice that the camera looks a little bit different. I'm actually using my Panasonic 4K instead of my DSLR for right now. No, I don't have $500 to buy an Elon Musk flamethrower to stop the zombie apocalypse. I just don't. But what I do have is a super soaker, some gasoline, and one of those matches, whatever. No, no tongue clicking tonight. You have a friend who built a flamethrower? That's funny. Tim Hortons is better? Yes. All right, but here's the thing. Before we jump into it, if you guys haven't already, hit that thumbs up, man. Hit that thumbs up. Let's get this to at least... Look, there's 169 people in here, which is a good amount. I'm very happy with that. Let's try to get the like count to at least 75. How about that? Try to get to at least 75 likes, because it does help out. It helps out if you guys engage and thumbs it up. It shows YouTube that you care about me, that you do care. And if you want to kick in via not super chat, but Streamlabs, linked in the video description, YouTube doesn't get their 30% cut. So if you want to stick it to the man and you want to support the show, you can do it that way. So shilling is over. I have to shill. That's how I make my living. Got the Dead Rising 2 flamethrower. Man, I freaking love Dead Rising. Hairless cats equal best cats. I said like the video, and someone came in and people are hitting dislike. That's right. You engage. Actually, the like, believe it or not, the likes are good, but like the dislikes are apparently they mean the exact same thing. It's just all engagement. For 500 you're getting a gun. Yeah, I'd get a gun, man. So I didn't know that Overwatch was developed after the cancellation of a project called Titan. What's my opinion on Alita Battle Angel? Looks all right. I want to see a second sequel. Sean Reedy, I'm actually on DTube. I am on DTube. Let me see if I can find my DTube link. I will post it. Oops. Come on. Damn it. Okay. It fucked up. Where is that? Okay. There's my DTube link. Can we just come out and admit that California lawmaker is a current year Florida man? Yes. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Shawnee Mac, DTube is basically decentralized tube. It's an alternative to YouTube that has no ads, but it's all currencies earned through crypto, through Steemit bucks, basically. And so people can go in there and earn a lot of money. It's an alternative to YouTube that I'm trying out. I figure I'll probably post my content there as well as posting it elsewhere. And DTube is, I wanted to create like content specifically for DTube, but ultimately no one like really cared. So it's kind of like, all right, I'll do whatever I want. So you know RedTube, we all know RedTube, sir. We all know it. Do I do any good impressions? I don't. I'm sorry. I really don't. I wish that I wish I was better at impressions. I'm not though. Wait, okay, hold on. Your boss found you watching an online video of a bloke getting sucked off by a blonde, and he snapped, "Do you think I pay people to do that?" I answered, "You're not the best looking guy, so probably." I don't believe you, sir. I think that happened. I think that's from R that happened. No, DTube's actually pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's a lot of interesting stuff on there. A lot of it's cryptocurrency related. So if you like crypto, that'd be good for you. So do a Silent Bob impression. There we go. That's my Silent Bob impression. Am I looking forward to reading the memo? Yeah, I'm looking forward to reading a 5-page truncated version of a 100-page affidavit, and only getting one side of the story that is purposefully cherry-picked out of context, and not being able to read the 10-page rebuttal to that 5-page memo that provides context and everything else. That's I'm looking forward to reading. I'm looking forward to reading the propaganda and not the actual evidence, or at least the objective evidence. So there's that. That's that's something going on. So LNR's here, $5 says, thoughts about the controversial book White, Right, and Libertarian by Chase Rachels with a Pinochet helicopter on the cover. Wait, the helicopter, that's Duterte, isn't it? Is that Duterte who does that? I'm a little bit behind on that kind of crap, to be honest with you, man. So I don't know. Don't wear my hat backwards. Yeah. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. I gotta go get a fucking haircut anyway. Okay. I'm like, thought I was hearing something out there. When will I do another murder stream? Pretty soon, man. I'm gonna probably put those on for like one day of the week type stuff. What's in the Pinochet helicopter? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. That's the thing. Is that a helicopter ride thing? I thought that was Duterte who did helicopter rides. I don't know. So you have to fill me in. So Mary Screw Kill, Jessica Chastain, Gal Gadot, Jennifer Lawrence. Kill Jessica Chastain, screw Gal Gadot, marry Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Is that my new line of merch? No. This is a hat I got at Comic-Con. What's going on, Captain Sausages? Any pics of young Matt? No, that's fine. We don't need that. We don't need that at all. Merch like God Church. Yeah, I need to do that. I was listening to Sirius XM tonight, and I heard an ad on. It was on MSNBC. It was on MSNBC during a commercial break, and it was for Joel Osteen and his radio show where he interviews people like Oprah. And I'm just like, what? Like, why would you even do that shit? Magog took your money. I'm fine with Magog taking your money, man. Oh, goddamn, Fatherhood Uncensored. You are making horrible jokes tonight. You're making horrible, horrible jokes. Oh. Okay. Let's jump over here to the first story of the night. This will be a lot of fun. I know the way. Do you know the way? I know the way. Bring this up here. Make sure I've got it up. Yeah, we'll take a look. PsyOp, if you send me a DM, mundaymatt.com/submit, we can check it out. We can check it out. Okay. Snaps, because I'm recording right now. Because this is going up live tomorrow. Yeah, good times. So a bride-to-be says a photographer fat-shamed her by photoshopping her and her fiance to look 30 pounds thinner and posted a nasty Facebook rant about the morbidly obese couple when she complained. Now, this is a mouthful of a title, and I have to fight the urge to make a fat joke about the bride. Because she should be used to mouthfuls. It's a horrible thing. As a fat person to another fat person, I get it. Food is good. I like food. But this story kind of cracks me up because it shows you there's often a disconnect between people who take your pictures and then the people who want their pictures taken. Like the people who take pictures usually hate customers, right? Because of things like this. However, I'm not entirely on the photographer side here. So it says that Ohio bride-to-be went through a humiliating experience when the photographer she hired for her wedding photoshopped her and her husband by 30 pounds each and then posted a nasty rant about them. Listen, when you go and you get wedding photos done or you go and you get any kind of professional photos done, oftentimes they trim you up a little bit. They fucking take off some of the edges. They make you look a little bit better. This is not an uncommon thing. This is not an un-new thing. And I just find it funny that she got really mad. This is one of those things like, why would you be upset that they made you look 30 pounds thinner? Usually by your wedding, you are trying to be 30 pounds thinner. This is, again, is a common thing that you see. You know, it's just a natural part of it, but okay. Katie Leopold, found photographer for her upcoming wedding. The $600 package included engagement photos. She said everything went great with the photographer Linda Silvestri from Tower Photography in Medina until they received the pictures from the engagement shoot. Leopold said she first noticed blurry images and weird angles, but what really caught her eye was when she noticed two photos that had been photoshopped to make them look thinner. Now, like here's one of the sets right here. All right, the one on the left is them normal, and then the one on the right is them 30 pounds lighter. And what I find to be really funny is if you just look at the background, you can see where like she pulled the background with her with the Photoshop, so it does make the creek look a little bit different, but they look a lot better in the photo on the right than they do in the photo on the left. And ultimately, wedding is meant to be kind of a fantasy, you know. So you would figure that was something that they'd want. Something I would want. Like, oh yeah, get rid of the jowls, get rid of the cheeks. You know, when I go like this, don't make it jiggle as much. You know, do your magic. I'm paying you to make me look beautiful because I'm too lazy to go to the gym myself. That's where I'm at right now as a new father. I'm too lazy to go to the gym myself. So anyway, this is them, and they're a cute couple, right? They're a cute couple, and I don't want to mock them too much here, but ultimately, okay, listen, maybe it's a bit much, but she took off a little bit just from the chin, right? Made it just more defined. It stands out a lot more, and it looks like a much nicer photo. And him, you know, a little bit, you know, whatever, but still. So so this is the photographer's letter, but we'll get to that here in a second. We really didn't need the engagement session, but it was in the package, so we did it. The day of the shoot went as well as could be expected. We laughed, we talked, we joked, we shared stories. When the couples went to get the photos, they noticed they didn't quite look like themselves. She actually photoshopped one picture of us skinnier. She probably took like 30 pounds off of each of us, said Leopold, of a shot of her and her fiance, John Kistler. The bride-to-be contacted Silvestri with concerns, saying that wasn't asked for, and I just feel like that was really hurtful and my pictures weren't good enough to be left alone. So the photographer suggested that the couple cancel the contract, but the ordeal didn't end there, because it rarely ever does. It rarely ever does. The photographer said she would keep the $150 deposit since she spent the time shooting the couple for the engagement photos. And ultimately, if you get a full wedding contract for shooting for $600, engagement photos and wedding photos, that's actually a really cheap deal. A really, really cheap deal. And but you know, you're still going to pay out a pretty much a deposit in these cases, so I get that. Days later, Leopold saw an insulting post by Silvestri on a Facebook page called Northeast Ohio Wedding Professionals Only. This is, I have to say, we'll go read the letter here real quick. But I have to say that you got to be careful in these situations, because if you're going to a professionals page that can be accessed by other people, word gets around, right? So this is what she says. And people wonder why I've scaled back my photography business. Last week, I did an engagement session for a morbidly obese couple. From the way that they were picky about certain things during the session, I knew they were going to be a pain in the ass. First of all, their 4 unruly dogs had to be in the pickup next to the lake, of course, which had ducks. Ugh. Then their truck had to be in the picks, which of course was parked in the direct sun because there was no shade to be found anywhere. It had disaster written all over it. She loved the preview and then picked apart the images once she got them, even though the contract says they get delivered on a disc. Then she asked for a jump drive, no problem. I simply sent her a message and offered to void the contract for the wedding since she'd only liked 25% of the 110 images I delivered. I told her I just wanted her to be happy with the wedding images. Problem solved. No, I forgot to move the grass and mud stains from his pants. And of course, they didn't like the lighting in the truck pics, even though I told them they were squinting. I wish whomever ends up with these two good luck. It is extremely difficult to get Pinterest-worthy lovey-dovey pics when people can't even get their heads close to each other. The first pic she was upset about, I gave her a chin tuck. The second pic was as close to their heads as I could get without straining. Oh yeah, she left me a 2-star review because I wouldn't refund their $150 for a 2-hour session. I'd rather have the bad review than deal with her any further. Okay, done. Now that is a bit of a harsh thing. And if you look back up here at the one, you can see she did in fact give the girl a bit of a chin tuck. And I can see why she maybe isn't happy. I can understand that, but at the same time, you know, the photographer's job is to make you look good, and just I find that to be a little bit odd. You can see here like he's squinting here because he's looking directly in the sunlight. For some reason, they chose to do it without having diffusers. Whatever, you know, whatever. But I find it funny that she's upset over that. I do. I do. I mean, I don't think I'd like it myself, but at the same time, I kind of find it to be funny. Now, the bride-to-be contacted Silvestri with her concerns, saying this wasn't what they asked for, and I just felt like it was really hurtful. My pictures weren't good enough to be left alone. So the photographer suggested the couple cancel the contract. Okay, I already talked about that. So they talked about the scaling here. The photographer posted a whole big rant about how just that week she had a photo shoot with 2 morbidly obese individuals. The post, which has been deleted, coldly said it's extremely difficult to get Pinterest-worthy lovey-dovey pictures when people can't even get their heads together. And the thing is, like, when I was doing baby photos, like pregnancy photos with my girlfriend, like, she was pulling up Pinterest and like, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. And I'm like, okay, what can we realistically do? Like, you know, how can we make this work just right, you know, without having like the right sunlight or having the right stuff. So there's things that go into this, and people need to manage their expectations when they go on Pinterest and they want to recreate a certain look, because not every photographer is going to be able to recreate said look, and not every photographer is going to be able to make everyone look pretty. Just saying, sometimes people just do not photograph well. I personally feel I do not photograph well, and I'm on video every damn day. So she says here, I didn't pay her $150 to have her make fun of me on a site. In a statement to Daily Mail, Leopold said she felt it was important to speak out about her own experience, saying the reason why I brought my story to light to warn others about tower photography and potential other vendors like her. I felt duped by a wedding vendor, and I wanted to share this story with other brides. I feel like I was able to tell my story, but I feel like the focus was more on my weight and fat shaming and not the whole story. Leopold said that this cautionary tale about posting on the internet, and that the photographer is being bullied online as well. Which would make sense based on what she said was pretty cold, but photographers, man, they talk to one another and they are not nice about it. They are not nice about that at all. I trust me, like, you'll hear stories about wedding photographers and whatnot, and the stuff they say about the bride is insane, because, you know, the bride, not every bride's a bridezilla, but sometimes it can be that bad. Leopold's, okay, so I would just like to say that even though I feel she's unprofessional, not a nice person, nobody deserves to be bullied, not even her. That I can agree with. Meanwhile, Silvestri told News 5 that she's keeping the deposit since she spent 2 hours shooting the engagement photos, and said she's apologized for photoshopping the couple to make them look thinner. And that's about it. I think like the thing is, like I honestly I think she's mad about being about getting the thinning because like I honestly want to say like low self-esteem. Like I just like I looked at like my people Photoshop photos of me before, like, and tighten some stuff up and whatnot. It's like my family members are photographers, and they look pretty good, but it's also like you can also look at it too as being a dishonest thing, maybe, kind of like that could be something, is that it's a little bit on the dishonest side simply because this is not you, right? But at the same time, your wedding photos, your engagement photos, you want to set the intention, you want to set the scene, you want to set the excitement. And I feel like if the photographer made them, I mean, she really did a lot of work on the dude. Like, she tucked that in. She made the guy look a lot better too. I just think that what it is that the woman here, Kate Leopold, just I have a feeling she's got the low self-esteem, and that maybe is what came out of it. And of course, this particular posting is not going to help the situation. It does only exacerbate it. But at the same time, professionals talk to one another, and this is the whole thing. It's not a great story any way you look at it. Ultimately, I feel like the photographer probably got her $200 or $150 worth, and the people learned that it's not always going to work out the way that you want. So I just I'm a fat guy. I get it. I've done videography at like weddings, and I've done different events, and I've been told like only shoot me in this particular light because this is the only way that works for me, and I've been told not to shoot from this angle, and people get self-conscious over that, and I ultimately feel that when it comes to to this person, that's really what it boils down to. Oh man, I feel kind of bad about that. I do. I feel kind of bad about that. All right. Yeah, maybe apologizing. If they didn't ask, okay, well, no, if they didn't ask for the Photoshop, then they have a right. They're in the right to be mad. But she probably could have sent them the original photos too. So, but sometimes photographers they just inherently, maybe she did it before. I don't know. Maybe she did it before. So, I don't know. Maybe she should have asked. That could have been a thing. I mean, I do feel bad, but at the same time, I've done enough weddings to where I don't have sympathy anymore. And that's horrible for me to say. That is horrible for me to say, but it's true. I just don't have sympathy at this point in time for a lot of this kind of stuff, But I think she's more upset at like the comment that the woman made than she was upset at the actual act, really. And I get that. I do get that. So all right, let's jump in to this next one. Because this is just crazy. Okay, people who practice yoga contribute to white supremacy, professor claims. Why is it always a crazy kook of a professor? I'm going to just go on a limb right now. I'm just going to make the claim that this is probably a liberal professor. I'm just gonna say it. I know I'm bad, but I think it's a liberal professor. So, but yoga photos are always good, except for the dude. The guy can go, but the rest can stay. White people who do downward facing dog are contributing to a system of power, privilege, and oppression, according to a Michigan State University professor. So white people who enjoy the act of yoga, right, which apparently I hear is wonderful for your body. I have yet to attempt it. You can pretty much take one guess as to why. It rhymes with my first name. And as a result of that, I have kind of wanted to give it a shot. I'm not a limber person. I want to lose some weight before I jump into yoga myself, but I've never looked at yoga, a trait that's, or what is it, a study, a teaching that's inherently from the East, be looked at as a tool, a symbol of white supremacy. But then again, it's 2018. Anything can happen. Now, Sharina Gandhi, okay, a religious studies professor at Michigan State, claims in an article she recently co-authored that Americans who practice yoga are contributing to white supremacy and to promote the yoga industrial complex. Yeah, okay. Now, here's the thing. When you go and, look at yoga as a whole, oftentimes, at least from my experiences with it, it's kind of like yuppie or hipster white people that live in New York or LA or any of the kind of swanky areas, and they do it because it's a trendy thing. Whether they get any enjoyment or any benefit out of it, I got no freaking idea. But that's ultimately why they do it. They do it because it's one of those scenarios that they're able to very much work with, right? Like it's trendy at the moment, but that's about it, right? I'm surprised, if she wanted to say something along the lines of like white people who engage in yoga as cultural appropriation, I still wouldn't never really fully believe it. I would still point and laugh at it. But at the same time, I think in terms of an argument, that holds more weight than saying that it's a system of power, privilege, and oppression, and that it's white supremacy and it promotes the yoga industrial complex. Those three words in that, I have never heard in that framing before. And I have to say, bravo. Sharina, bravo! You've created the first buzz term of 2018. Outside of do you know Dewey? I know Dewey. Do you know Dewey? The point is, you've created a good buzz term. It's a good buzz term. This one won't go away, I don't think. Now, it says here, white Americans should learn yoga's history, acknowledge the cultural appropriation they engage in, and possibly reduce the cost of yoga classes for poor people, a group that often includes people of color and recent immigrants, such as Indian women, to whom this practice rightfully belongs. Now, again, see, like I said, if you pull from the cultural appropriation article or angle, then I can see that. But at the same time, I've never heard a Latina sit there and say that white people who engage in Samba classes is also guilty of white supremacy and the Samba industrial complex, right? Exercise is meant to be for everyone. It is. Exercise is meant to be for everyone. If you engage in it in yoga or Samba or cycling, for Christ's sake, which is the whitest of all bicycles exercises, then you could, it's not meant to restrict you. And even, isn't the idea of yoga to like relax and open one's mind, right? Isn't that the whole idea, to just kind of meditate? And if people are finding benefit and health from it, then what does it matter to you? Ultimately, that's what I find to be hysterical here. Now, she co-authored a piece titled Yoga and the Roots of Cultural Appropriation with Lily Wolf, a self-described anti-racist white Jewish organizer, facilitator, and healer. Well, oh my God. That's a lot of hyphenates. Who has called for decolonizing yoga. That's great. Oh my God, the buzzwords. They're amazing. The two argued that the explosion of yoga studies, yoga videos, apps, yoga pants, and other yoga swag over the last 2 decades is evidence of the misappropriation of yoga, and that is part of a systemic racism built on the labor of Black people and people of the global South. What? Okay, listen. Black people? You never really hear that associated with yoga. I mean, if it is, look, I don't know anything about the history of yoga. I mean, perfectly abundantly clear on that one. So if it did originate with Black people, that is entirely new to me. Okay, and if which case that's if that's the case, I'm just saying, Sharina Gandhi, she sounds like she's from India or Pakistan or that part of the world, probably India with the last name Gandhi, and if so, she's out there advocating for white supremacy to leave yoga behind and move on to something else. But if yoga was a creation of Black people, then isn't she herself guilty of a cultural appropriation? And then she's just trying to Hindu supremacy yoga? I mean, right? Like, if you start following down that particular rabbit hole, it gets a little bit crazy. And it's the global South. What? Is that Africa again? Is that like is that like what they're talking about? The global South? The buzzwords. My God, they're amazing. We would argue one of the goals of white supremacy is to buffer white people from the pain that comes from the process of exchanging cultural grounding for the unearned power and privilege of whiteness. This modern day trend of cultural appropriation of yoga is a continuation of white supremacy and colonialism, maintaining the pattern of white people consuming the stuff of culture that is convenient and portable, while ignoring the well being and liberation of the Indian people. Okay, is it Indian people or is it black people? You've got me confused. I am so confused here. All right. And ultimately, who cares, man? Here's the thing. I think what they're really upset at is that there are people out there who have found a way to make money off of yoga who aren't Indian. Gandhi and the Religious Studies Department at MSU did not respond to Fox News' request for comment. Yeah, clearly. Because when their ideas are put up to any kind of scrutiny, they're probably going to fall flat. Now, Gandhi said, few white people make the connection between their attraction to yoga and the cultural loss their ancestors and relatives experienced when they bought into white dominant culture in order to access resources. What? Given a deeper analysis of yoga, I'm sorry, just hold on. Make the connection between their attraction to yoga and the cultural loss their ancestors and relatives experienced when they bought into white dominant culture in order to access resources. I'm just going to summarize that entire sentence in 2 words because this is all it boils down to: white guilt. That is it. What they're saying is there are a few white people who have engaged in yoga that she realizes understand white guilt and therefore have, and I quote here, made the connection between their attraction to yoga and the cultural loss their ancestors and relatives experienced when they bought into white dominant culture in order to access resources. Man, that's funny. Although part of me is confused because I'm wondering if at any point that's referring to the people in India or black people, whoever invented yoga, because this article is confusing, bought into white culture in order to then gain access to the resources to therefore better their life. I don't know. She's kind of not making lots of sense. But white people who twist their bodies in different yoga positions can do something about it, according to Gandhi. Given deeper analysis of yoga, white yoga practitioners and teachers can engage in yoga in a decolonizing way that reduces harm and seeks greater cultural accountability. Okay, again, when you do yoga, the only person who's experiencing any harm is you from trying to twist your body like it's a freaking pretzel. So again, I'm trying to understand how partaking in yoga hurts other people, right? It's not like you're a wacky wailing inflatable tube arm man or something. You know, you're not doing that at all. So what the hell's going on? What does any of this literally have to do with the price of tea in China? Especially during the time when the underbelly of capitalism, white supremacy, cis heteropatriarchy, and xenophobia is being exposed. It is imperative that everyone, especially those who have access to spiritual practices like yoga, ask difficult questions of ourselves and one another. We must ask, in what ways are we complicit in a system that harms people of color, queer, trans people, poor people, people with disabilities, and immigrants? And it all boils down to the downward dog. You've got to look at this as being just something that's utterly ridiculous, right? Utterly stupid and ridiculous. And clearly people believe this. This is why social justice warriors will eventually lose, right? In articles like this one, where again, when everything is white supremacy, everything white people touch is just cultural appropriation of something else, whether it is or isn't, irregardless of the argument, I guess, that they're trying to make. But this is why they're going to lose, is because they simply don't understand that you can have a culture that has different elements from other cultures brought into it. That's the reason why America, the United States, its essence is a melting pot. Multiple cultures from around the world come here and bring their wares, and we all pull from each other. And then in some of those respects, pop culture, Americana, goes to other parts of the world. I mean, if Americana makes its way to some Eastern Russian country or Eastern European country, like, you know, where 30 years, like, you're from now, they're finally getting fashion senses we had in the 90s. Could we sit there and argue that they're guilty of cultural appropriation because they don't have their old culture and they're pulling from ours? No, no one cares. But when Americans do it, i.e. especially white Americans do it, becomes this bigger than life problem that ultimately isn't a problem, and it's just what we have to freaking deal with. But hey, listen, only in America could you come. Well, not only in America, but I feel like in this particular case, I'm going to say I'm a quote Don King. Only in America can you go and put out a paper like this that is so abundantly stupid, completely ludicrous, and also hilariously awesome to learn about, because this is how people actually think, and it's kind of dumb. Yes, James Boogly. If everything is racist, then nothing is racist. That's a good way of looking at it. That is a good way of looking at it. Everything is racist, nothing racist. Kareth, it's not, man. It's not, it is straight up, man. It's not what you like to think. You like to think that it's all fun and games, right? It's all not real. It's all whatever. But no, we have just hit peak stupidity, and I feel bad for the world. I feel bad for the world my daughter is going to be inheriting, to be honest with you, because you figure you'd hope it'd be better. Have I heard of the no lacking challenge bullshit? Someone already got shot from this. I don't know what that is. What is no lacking? I don't know what that is. Enjoying that live water. This isn't live water. This is Kirkland brand water. This is dead water. It's good water too. If everything is sexist, then nothing is sexist. Can someone please tell that to Anita Sarkeesian? My hat is racist. Yes, my hat is entirely racist. I don't know what happened with the comic story and incident. I'm sorry. So remember, Matt, America has no culture of its own. Everything we have is built on the back of black people. Yeah. Internal dilemma. Do I enjoy sucking dick? No, but I've never tried it. I'm going to assume that I would not enjoy sucking dick. I enjoy having mine sucked. So there's that. I don't really feel the need to kind of like engage in it personally, but I prefer the act being done on me. I don't know. How did you like it? That's just my question. So why do they always mention the disabled, Esker? Because they have to. No Lacking Challenge is a video fad in which people film themselves brandishing firearms and pointing the weapons at unsuspecting victims. Whoa. Is that real or is that a fake challenge? Because I have not heard of that, and that is insanely crazy. Oh, I've heard of the Y-Tune critic, Y2K. I just heard a little bit about that. If anyone's okay, listen, here's the thing, RJ Bansma. People have done a video or there's an article. Send that to me. mundanemat.com/submit, okay? So there's that. All right, let's jump into the next one here. So I kind of want to breeze through this stuff. All right. So this is going to be a fun one here. This is going to be fun. African-American woman sues Walmart for locking beauty products behind glass. America, right? Only in America is what it feels like here. Okay. Feminist lawyer Gloria Allred is leading a racial discrimination lawsuit against Walmart following a complaint in Southern California that the retail giant's decision to keep African-American beauty products behind lock and key is racist. Some products tend to get stolen more than other products. It's like alcohol behind a locked case, cigarettes behind a locked case. Sometimes it's because they have to be. Sometimes it's also because of potential theft. I'm not meaning that to say like black people's hair products get stolen more than other people's hair products. But if this particular neighborhood has a store that gets robbed quite a bit, and the part of it has to do with these particular items being stolen, then you can understand that to help prevent product loss, they're going to put them behind lock and key, or just hire a freaking loss prevention officer to stand in that department all day, every day, right? All day, every day. Now, KCBS reports on Friday that 43-year-old Essie Grundy filed a racial discrimination claim against the company after she found a 49-cent comb and other beauty products used by African Americans secured behind locked glass. She told the news outlet that it was the first time she'd experienced racism. I mean, 49-year-old and you, awesome. I mean, truthfully, no. I mean that legitimately. Like 49 years old, and this is the first time you've experienced racism, even though it's not really racism. I just almost have to ask the question: how privileged are you, S.E. Grundy? I'm 35 and white, and I've experienced racism. You know, like it's so bravo, madame. You are truly a snowflake in this regard. No, and I mean that legitimately. Like, awesome. I don't want anyone to ever experience racism at all. I think it's abhorrent that people do and that people are racist. But this isn't racist, and you've never hit. I mean, like, no, good for you. If this is what you perceive as racism, then you have led a good life. That's awesome. Saying it was such a good product, I wanted to introduce it to my older children, Grundy said in an interview. They didn't have any more at the original Walmart that I got it from, so I went to my neighborhood one, and that's where I noticed all the African American products were under lock and key. Saying we have different texture hair than other people. I just feel that we should be treated equally, adding that she doesn't deserve to be treated any differently just because of complexion. But that's not the reason why the products are being put behind like lock key. It's if the products are being stolen and at an accelerated rate, which can happen at Walmarts, they have a lot of product loss, then they could do this as a way to protect the inventory. Grundy says she lodged a complaint with store manager to change the policy, but was denied. Similar such complaints have been made against Walmart by the group Making Change at Walmart, which calls the practice discriminatory against African Americans. Is it? I mean, if I want a pack of cigarettes or a bottle of liquor, I am at a grocery store. I have to then go, hey, let me get a pack of Camel Lights and a bottle of your cheapest tequila. And they'll go and they'll do that. And they have to go unlock it, bring it back over to me. California, liquor can be on the store shelves. It's not always on the store shelves. In Oregon, they can't sell liquor in convenient or in grocery stores, but in Washington they can, but they're still behind lock and key and stuff. So it's one of those things where it's just depending on where you're at. Now the Walmart spokesperson Charles Carlson. Oh, you can see here. This is the video of them going and getting it, and I guess other people are upset too. Wow, the whole aisle is behind lock and key. So okay, but here's the thing: video games are behind lock and key too. At Walmart's, I have to go find an associate if I want to buy a copy of a video game. Is that also discriminatory? Because I mean, I'm saying, all right. And then of course showing all the hair dye and all the other products and whatnot. I understand, again, like I understand the complaint being made here, but I also want to know, I still want to know if this area is due to a large theft and stuff. Walmart spokesperson Charles Carlson has since responded, saying that while the company does not discriminate, it still intends to review her complaint. Carlson said the company keeps some of its products under tight security because there's a higher risk of theft. Oh, what did I say at the beginning of this thing? Is that it's a higher risk of theft. That is basically the Occam's razor of the situation. Objects in the store that are under higher risk of theft will be put behind lock and key as to protect the items from being stolen from store shelves. Is that racist? No, it's not. It's business. We are sensitive to the situation, but also understand, like other retailers, some products such as electronics, automotive, cosmetics, and other personal care products are subject to additional security. Those determinations are made on a store-by-store basis using the data supported for the need of heightened measures, meaning product loss, meaning high theft areas, things along those lines. Saying, while we've yet to review a complaint, we take the situation seriously and look forward to addressing the issue with the court. And all they're going to have to do to win this, essentially, is go up there and say, these products get stolen. A lot. We've done this to protect our inventory. And the judge will be like, okay, case dismissed. Now, Allred disagrees with Walmart, saying this is discrimination in our view. She said that this is second-class citizenship that is being treated with the utmost disrespect. That's racial profiling of a customer with no criminal history, and it's all based on a stereotype. Saying here, if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck, okay? Sure, Gloria Allred. But look, I get it. I get it. I get why they're mad. I do. I'm not unsympathetic to the reason here. I mean, you know, it's fun to make fun of, but at the brass tacks, I'm not unsympathetic. What I am is still laughing at it because it's still ridiculous. The sheer idea that this woman is thinking that that it's racist that they have it locked behind, you know, lock and key is ridiculous. She went to Gloria Allred, who at this point should be utterly disbarred for the amount of crap lawsuits she's gotten herself into over the years. Shows you that they're doing this just in order to settle. That's all they want. They want to do enough damage. They want to put out enough hurt on Walmart that they can force Walmart to settle. That's all this is. This is just a way to settle. And I don't think it's going to happen. I honestly would think Walmart should stick to their guns and go to court and say, this particular store has a high theft rate, and as a result of that, it very much needs to be addressed. And that's just the truth of it. And that's what they decided to go and do. So, again, it's unfortunate, but it is just the way that it is. And the only way to get around it in that area then is to just hire additional security. And if Walmart chooses to just put it behind lock and key, they have every right to put it behind lock and key. They do. But for the sake of fairness and for the sake of everything else, if I were Walmart, I would then go, all right, fine, we'll just put everything behind lock and key. We're going to put all the hair dye behind lock and key, everything behind lock and key. However, a 49-cent comb, that was pretty funny. I have to admit, that was kind of funny that was one of the things that was locked up too. Which shows to show you if a 49-cent comb is behind lock and key, there must have been a lot of product that was being stolen. Oh my God. It's insane, guys. It's so freaking insane. That this is what we've come to right now. Actually, I forgot to say this. At some Walmarts I've been to now, certain like in the pharmacy department, they have cameras in every aisle, and they show you on camera in every aisle. So that's one of their theft deterrents, is that if you steal something, they'll know, they'll have it on camera. So that's something they could try. The reason why Ken of Darkness they'd want to settle is because that's going to be where they like it's just gonna save them legal fees. But they're going to lose. They're just going to lose. So there's that. I mean, it's so stupid. It's just so stupid. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, okay. The lack in chat is unproven. Yeah. Oh, the Sun posted it. Okay. Yeah. I think this is fake. I think this is fake. Okay. There was a super chat that I saw. Let me go and bring that up here, because I saw that. I want to make sure I can talk about that. Okay. James Boogley says here, or Jables Boogley, sorry, sir. Do you think that, much like the Four Horsemen during the atheist movement, we are coming to a point where we have something similar but with identity politics? We kind of already got that in some cases. I don't know if I'd say like all. I can't name the people specifically, but I could say like someone like DeRay McKesson from Black Lives Matter is probably one of the Four Horsemen for the SJWs. Maybe like only because like there was a video today that DeRay put out through Mike.com that talked about like selling Adderall, which is a Schedule II controlled substance, and being busted for selling Adderall 1,000 feet away from a school that you didn't know you were in a school zone, is racist. And I'm all like, yeah, but he still sold the drugs. So that made like no freaking sense. But real quick, I'm going to quickly run to the bathroom, take about a 5-minute break, come back in, finish up the last couple stories here. So we will just hold on that one, because I really got to use. I really have to use the bathroom here. So I'll be back in just like a couple minutes. God damn it. Okay, well, I keep forgetting that I keep hitting the mute button on the mic. Hi. Hi. You want to say hi to everybody? You guys want to say hi to? You want to say hi to everybody? Yeah, I know. The sound, the sound. It's about a 30-second delay. Yeah. Yes. Sorry. I know. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting about the audio. So, oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. She was crying up a storm, so she was She was asleep. Oh, where are you at? She was asleep, and then she... Yep, this is my daughter. Oh. Thank you very much. She's very pretty. She's very cute. Get it short to you guys. Hi. 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 Yeah. So, yeah, I think she just wants to be held tonight. So, yeah, I question the world. I can't wait for her to sleep through the whole night. Make my life a lot easier. Innocent boy, her name is Madison. So, hi. She's she should be sleeping. I'm hoping. So, I'm gonna put her in her. I have a little swing for her in here. I'll put her in that, and give me one sec. All right. Let's see. Nope, not gonna work. Works well enough. Okay. Yeah, she says hi. I have a little vibration feature on the stuff. Okay. We we chose the name. We just like the name. My girlfriend's name starts with an M. My name starts with an M. We wanted her name to start with an M. So that chair is riveting. Yeah. Any further thoughts on Blizzard and BioWare? What's BioWare done? I don't know. Oh yeah, she's chilling in her swing. So, oh yeah, I know. I need to go to the gym to lose my moobs. That is a sad reality. Cuteness makes you tired. When are you doing the next Wheelman? When I can get to the damn store. I want to the problem with Wheelman is there are times I want to do it where I just come home and record the commentary over the video, and people don't like that. But then if I go to the store and I do it, depending on the store, like they play like top 40 hits, so it's gonna get instantly demonetized on YouTube. So it kind of sucks. Hey Bogsy, man, long time no see. Holy shit, I thought you were gone, man. I hadn't seen you around in a long time. Question the world. Thank you very much for the $10 super chat. Get her something nice from one dad to another. Oh yeah, I totally will. So did someone silence your account? I don't know. Opinion at the ready. So all right. I got a couple more things we can talk about. Again, like doing this show, I want to do like 4 or 5. And some of them can be a lot shorter than the normal 10 minutes. Okay. Horsenews.net. The hell? Oh wow, teen shot in the head. Okay, so there's some stuff there. But what the hell is Horse News? Oh, it's a brony website. Oh, okay. I'm all like, what the fuck is that? Turn this bronies, man. Great. Bronies. Are any Walmart stores on these hiding any live lobsters in their plants? No. No. All right, let's go into the next one here. This one should be interesting. Hold on. I don't know. Oh wait, that's okay. What in the fuck? Hold on. I have to get rid of. Damn it. There we go. All right. Oh, I really hate when these freaking websites do this crap with videos. Like when you're trying to read an article and like the video comes up. Is this fucking real? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go to the. Oh, okay. You know what? This will be a little. Jesus Christ. All right. Okay, this is getting. Oh, this is a really long article. Holy crap. Hold on. Come on. Sorry, I'm trying to find. There's this story here. Cannot be real. This has got to be fake. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find this thing here. It's this. Take a look at this here. Right. Apparently, this is floating around. Parents are making their children drink bleach to cure them of autism. Like, I can't get rid of this black box here. I cannot get rid of this black. Like, I really hate websites that do this. I hate websites that force integrate video. Like, I guess I won't have a choice. Okay, she's still doing good. All right. Chlorine dioxide. Okay, chlorine. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. We're just going to roll through this thing. We're just going to see how this is. This is, I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. This is just, this is a thing, you know? Like, this is, so, no, because I was looking at, like, this article here on the Sun, and it's just, you know, like, I'm going to do this here. That's a little bit better. But I don't want to, like, this is a long freaking article. I'm not looking to, like, do this whole thing. Let me take a look at this here. How did this look? All right, you know what? Screw it. We're just going to roll this. I'm just going to do that, this RSS feed. It's real. Jesus Christ. Jeeby creebies, man. Autism is a hell of a thing, right? It's something that many of us out there have wanted to see a cure to for a long time. And it feels like as time goes on, more and more kids are getting diagnosed with autism, whether it's a traditional diagnosis through a medical professional or just something they read on WebMD or somebody on Tumblr tells them they have a touch of autism and they're just like, you know what, maybe I am autistic. I feel like it's everywhere these days. And that's actually one of the things that being a parent of a 2-month-old has come up quite a bit, like gauging my daughter's reactions. Like, is she following us enough? Is she looking at us the right way? Is she acknowledging that we're there? How is she responding to stimuli? And so far, everything's going good, which is fantastic. But if my daughter does have autism, it's something that we will work on. I'm not going to, according to this, make her drink bleach to cure her of her autism. Yeah. So parents are making their children drink industrial bleach to cure them of autism, with the potentially deadly practice traced back to a cult in the United States. Good old United States. We do a lot here. Not all of it's good. Not all of it. Not all of this is good. Okay, so 6 British police forces probed cases in which children as young as 2 were forced to undergo the potentially lethal treatment. Holy crap. The treatment is being administered is CD, chloride dioxide, or MMS, a miracle mineral solution, with a secret Facebook group touting its use to desperate parents in the United Kingdom. Okay, so what this feels like to me is that this is very similar to the anti-vaxxer thing, because anti-vaxxers claim that vaccines cause autism. So a way to counterbalance the autism that you get from vaccines comes from bleach. I mean, I know in the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding, the one lady's father says, Windex cures everything. But this is bleach. This is horrible, man. Now, the method is being promoted by a controversial U.S. church with a branch in Los Angeles, the Secretive Genesis 2 Church, founded by Jim Hubble, a former Scientologist. Everything about that particular passage right there, everything about that pretty much backs up all of my arguments as to why organized religion is an absolute scam. And why this stuff is terrible, horrible. Yeah. The Secretive Genesis 2 Church, which I think was actually made fun of in Watch Dogs 2. There was one of the, but I mean, it doesn't matter. A former Scientologist creates own cult, cures autism with bleach. It feels like something that L. Ron Hubbard would come up with. Yeah, this feels like the Cure Autism Challenge, right? YouTubers are going to be like, I'm autistic, I'm going to drink bleach to cure that, and that's not going to work. A 2016 investigation by Eyewitness News and ABC News found an underground network clustered in Southern California promoting MMS on Facebook as a cure for ailments including cancer, Parkinson's, and autism in children. Nothing says cure your Parkinson's by a mouthful of bleach. Just look at Michael J. Fox. Before Parkinson's, after bleach, he's dead. He's dead, Jim. He's dead. So, the previous year, the BBC exposed a secret conference in which the leading figures from the church traveled to the UK to promote the use of MMS, which it claims is a non-dangerous religious sacrament. Like, water from the tap is a non-dangerous religious sacrament, depending on where, I guess, you pull that water from. If you live in Silicon Valley, you could, it could be live water, which comes from a tap in Oregon. Just one of the reasons why my home state is probably one of the best states. Now, they believe that autism was caused by pathogens and parasites, which chloride dioxide kills. Doctors said claims of adherence were groundless, and the solution was untested and could cause serious harm. Yeah. Like, if I get bleach on my t-shirt, it will eat a hole in my t-shirt. I don't really want it eating a hole in my body to cure something that it won't have any impact on. And it won't cure it anyway. It'll just hurt really bad. Now, the solution includes 2 chemicals, sodium chlorite and hydraulic acid. Yeah, that combine to make bleach. It is sold to be used orally or as an enema. A bleach enema. I know that porn stars, they go through butthole bleaching. Anus bleaching is a thing. Tabitha Stevens was on like Dr. 90210 one episode getting that butt bleached. I once met her at an event at a strip club, and she told me to put it in her butt in an autograph that had been freshly bleached. So clearly Dr. 90210 does good work. But you don't really want that going anywhere on the inside. I mean, if it's used as to power wash your bunghole to make it look like you're a newborn, you want it strictly on the outside. Proponents recommend mixing it with fruit juice, sure, but medical experts warn that doing so causes the solution to acidify and produce chlorine dioxide, a potentially lethal bleach used in strip textiles. Isn't chlorine like dioxide? Isn't that like mustard gas? Like, can't you, by mixing bleach and oh god, it starts with an A. I forget what it is. Cats piss it out. Doesn't matter. It can make mustard gas. Now, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration warned that the product, used as directed, produces an industrial bleach that can cause serious harm to health. It's banned in Canada. If Canadians aren't willing to touch it, and you want to put it up your butt, There's seriously a problem here, eh? So, the British Food Standards Authority warned against the use of MMS and said it could cause nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, reduce blood pressure, or damage the gut and cause respiratory failure. There has been one death linked to MMS, and several cases of those taking it are reporting serious health problems. You think? Holy crap. However, the substance remains available to purchase on the internet. Good old internet. Buy horse dildos and this stuff. You could coat your horse dildo in the substance, and then that's your enema. Ooh, what if it's a horse dildo that has like the squirty feature to it, right? Like you can finish it like a super soaker, pump, 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 pump. That's your enema. I'm taking this joke way too far. Anyway, Dr. Jeff Foster warns of the potential deadly consequences of using MMS. Autism is a neurodevelopmental disease which is not amenable to any form of tablet treatment. It is developed in the womb or early stages of life. You can't just reverse it, and anyone claiming that does not understand the condition, which is true. Very true. When you have extreme measures like this to cure a condition, it's just a roulette game. A roulette game, well, yeah, the next thing here is he says, someone will die. It's only a matter of time. That's the roulette, not the roulette that you will cure it through drinking bleach. It's the roulette that you will die by it. A British parliamentary commission focused on autism is expected to tighten the laws around MMS, as they should, man. As they should. As they should. Holy crap, guys. Holy crap. This is a situation where you when I first read this, and it's on Newsweek, and I followed it to its original article, which is like way freaking longer, from the Mirror in the UK, you question the legitimacy of it. You question whether or not something like this is a reality, and it freaking is a reality. It's a horrible, terrible enema-based reality. Bleach is what I use to clean my whites. It is not what I use to cure my child of autism. Right? How did we get to this point, I guess, is the question I'd like to kind of put onto the audience here. And ultimately, what can we do to even remotely stop it? Oh my God. What in the hell is that? Holy crap. What in the hell is that, man? That is a gigantic ass no-no. That is a gigantic no-no here. Like, what in the ass? To quote Deadpool and everything. Holy crap. That's funny. That is just hysterically funny. Technically, if they're dead, they are cured of autism. That is right, Nathan Granger. You are correct. It's an anti-vaxxer thing. Jim covered this 2 years ago. Yeah, I figured he would have. The article popped back up, man. That's the whole point. Like, I didn't see it 2 years ago, but it popped back up. Bleach is secured. Just ask Michael Jackson. That's pretty funny. If I wanted to burn my asshole like that, I'd go down to the nearest truck stop. Sure. That's the thing. Thoughts on the Cleveland Indian doing away with their Chief logo? I don't know, man. Like, the Chief logo, I understand why they want to get rid of it. I do. I get that. I just find that to be interesting that, like, that's how they're going to get rid of it, like the Looney Chief. I mean, them dropping that before the Redskins logo, it's probably more in line of how things would go, but it could prompt the Redskins to drop their logo too. You wonder how smart people are who give their children bleach. I don't know, man. They're Scientologists. Hi, Madison. What you doing? She won't go to sleep. Let's see. Social justice has ruined society. The original author is a moron. Yeah, probably. So, All right. I think I've been on for what, 2 hours now? Not quite 2 hours yet. I'll take some final questions. I'm only going to do the four stories and whatnot. I will save the other ones for tomorrow night. She happy Madison, wings of shoe, not as much as I would like. Wait, the new DNC chairperson quit after 1 year for personal reasons? I did not hear about that. So, oh, she cooed a little bit during the video. I should probably go and feed her. So, what you doing? Oh, hold on. Ah. Okay. Did I hear about the lady who poured bleach in her eyes so she could be blind? Yeah, I did. I did. She scoots herself down in the seat. And so she just kind of like she scoots herself down. Which Star Trek show would I show my daughter first? Probably The Next Generation. Daughter first, YouTube second. Yeah, I know, totally, man. Totally. When am I going to distance myself from Soygoy of Kakad? Sargon's a buddy, but I don't talk to him very often, so I don't really feel the need that I have to distance myself from anybody. Do I think the Native Americans have any right to complain about past grievances? What was it? Of our ancestors when their ancestors also killed and pillaged other tribes and stuff. You know what, man? It's I don't know. I mean, you know, I guess you could argue that too, but it kind of boils down to like whataboutism, I guess. I don't know. Did Eugene Goldberg slice my schmeckle as a child? Jesus. So, okay. Yeah, she's looking like she's getting hungry. So I think I'm gonna wrap the stream up, guys. I'll be on a little bit early tomorrow. I didn't get my VidCon tickets. I can't until after I pay taxes, which is coming up very soon, and then I can kind of start fresh in 2018. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or whatever, you guys can always send them over to mundanematt.com/submit. In the meantime, I got to go be mundane dad, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for popping in. We'll do this again tomorrow. Appreciate the 200 of you that are in here and the super chats and everything else. All right, I'll see you guys later.